Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Scratch Golf Show. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. My name is Marco, and no, you did not misread the title and thumbnail. We are going to be giving away a free L.A.B putter in this video, so make sure you watch and stick around so you know how to enter that. We're also going to be getting into the Wesley Bryan suspension now that he shared his thoughts and opinions a couple days ago. Give you my actual explanation as to why he was suspended and what that looks like for him. But first and foremost, let's start with the grandiose title. I'm going to be giving away a free L.A.B putter. If you live under a rock, if you don't, and you're a golf fan, you should know what L.A.B putters are. I'm going to be giving away the new OZ1i. Focusing on that bad boy. L.A.B sent this to me. It's a 37-inch counterbalance. I do really like it, but I wanted to give it away for a while. I actually was planning on doing it at 1,000 subscribers, but it's been such a crazy last 30 days that now's the time. So, in order to enter the L.A.B putter giveaway, it's going to be limited to 3 entries per person. So, one to enter on this video. Comment below your Instagram handle, like the video, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That will get you an entry. If you go to my Instagram, I'll have a post, check my pinned post, follow those instructions for another entry. And then if you add it to your story, that's another entry. So 3 total entries. We're going to be giving it away domestic only here in North America. I apologize for that for my out of North America viewers, but just the way with shipping costs are, it's just going to be how it is. But we do have some other giveaways coming, I promise. So for people who are more international, I got some cool giveaways coming in the next month, hopefully. So I promise I'll make it up to you guys. But like I said, do all that. Comment below, subscribe, like, and you're entered into the free L.A.B putter. It's right-handed, 37-inch counterbalance OZ1i. It does come with the head cover as well. Going to be selecting a winner April 30th. So 5 days from today. Make sure you enter. Now, let's get into the Wesley Bryan suspension. If you saw the Bryan Bros channel earlier this week, Wesley and George released about a 3-minute video basically covering and sharing their thoughts on the suspension. Now, it's Wesley's really first public comment since the news broke. And, if you've been following this channel, I've been making a few videos going back a couple weeks. Ryan French via Monday Q broke the story last week, but now Wesley has basically issued a statement. And it's not exactly what I initially thought. The whole thing was, since he's a PGA Tour member, he violated his media rights. And ESPN reporter Bob Herrig actually said that on Twitter, that it was a media rights violation. And West, being a tour member, he signed a contract with the PGA Tour. He therefore violated the media rights policy. Basically, the Live Duels was an unsanctioned event. He did not get the authorization from PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan to play in that event in order to get his release. Essentially, if you're a PGA Tour player and you want to play in an unsanctioned event, you need a written permission from the PGA Tour Commissioner. That's what we were led to believe. However, Wesley said something different in his video, and I found it very, very interesting because there was the whole thing on Twitter, and there was a thread. Basically, Bob Herrick and George actually went back and forth. Bob was like, it's a media rights violation. Maybe they misspoke in the video. And George basically said they didn't misspeak. So the whole thing was with Grant Horvat receiving a PGA Tour exemption. Why doesn't that rule apply to him? Because he played in Live Duels, obviously it was on his channel. And, it sounded like Wesley was suspended based on a different rule that was put in place, a rule that also could technically be applied to Grant Horvat, which is super interesting that the tour has kind of taken this stance. And it's something I didn't really see coming because I thought it was just a media rights issue. But it really came down to the fact that there was a certain rule that was written, and Wesley sounded like there was a gray area. But like I said, I don't get how the tour is not going to enforce the rule for Grant, because they've taken this stance with people who've never played in PGA Tour events. Guys who played in live events, like James Pyatt, for example. If you don't know who James is, he won the US Am. He's actually from the area here that I'm from in Michigan. Played and lived for 2 years on Phil Mickelson's team and had to serve a 12-month suspension, even though he had never played a PGA Tour event. So basically, the tour has the right to suspend anyone for 12 months for playing in a event they deem unauthorized. Now, Wesley's argument was, this is a YouTube video and that rule really shouldn't apply to a YouTube video. and this wasn't, this kind of wasn't a sanctioned event. It was just a YouTube video where Liv put up some prize money. And I agree with Wes. I mean, I think it's ridiculous that they're suspending him, especially more now that they're kind of taking the route of doing it, with a great, I mean, they have no consistency. And that's my thing with the PGA Tour. They have no consistency because in effect, they really could suspend Grant Horvat if they wanted to based on the same rule. And my question is, why aren't they upholding that rule for Grant and for Wes? And it just makes no sense because why give Grant a sponsor's exemption into the Barracuda Championship to get eyes on an event that's an opposite field event? It's the opposite of the Open Championship, the British Open. To get eyes on that event when you literally had a guy on your tour who plays YouTube golf who can get, I would say, arguably maybe 70 to 80% of eyes that Grant get via his YouTube audience in Wes. And they could have invited George to the event as well. It's like you literally have guys who you could have done all this with. And it literally makes no sense. And it sounds like Wesley's going to appeal. I hope he wins. If I was a betting man, I'd say he wouldn't win his appeal. That's just my opinion. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's it for today's video. Wanted to share, like I said, the main point of this video was to let you guys know that I'm going to be giving away a free lab putter. Once again, to enter three total entries, comment your Instagram handle below, like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and then follow me on Instagram and check the pin post for the other details. But we also do have an interview with Sean Walsh coming out that was supposed to be coming out tomorrow when this video comes out, but we had to push back because Sean was hanging out with his family tonight when we were supposed to record. So completely understand. That may go up Saturday. It may go up early next week. Not exactly sure when that's going to go up, but that's going to be it for today's video. Like I said, enter the Lab Putter giveaway. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.